building your social media empire. I wanted to speak about some of the basic concepts first about social media before kind of diving into a bit of more specifics. Building your social media empire, of course, is not going to be something super easy for you to do, but it is something that's going to be worth your while. Now, a lot of people talk about the fact that Google doesn't take into account signals from Facebook, Twitter, so on and so forth in their ranking algorithm. They don't take into account how many followers or how many likes you have. I think that because those things are easily modifiable, let's just say, when people purchase likes or they purchase followers, so on and so forth. However, in 2014, Matt Cutts said something pretty important. He said that Facebook and Twitter pages are treated like any other pages in our web index. So if something occurs on Twitter or occurs on Facebook and we're able to crawl it, then we can return that in our search results. But as far as doing specific work to sort of say you have this many followers on Twitter or this many likes on Facebook, to the best of my knowledge, we don't currently have any signals like that in our web search ranking algorithms. It's kind of funny how he says to the best of his knowledge when he has intimate knowledge of Google's algorithms. But to kind of point out what he said here, he said that it's Facebook and Twitter pages are treated like any other web index. So if the page is public and the link is shared and there's a lot of engagement on it, then of course Google's going to pick up on that. So building out your social media empire is going to assist you in the ranking algorithm. Now we can see, even on this Moz toolbar here, how we have the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Google Plus signals, because those are important. These aren't the number of followers or likes that you have to your pages or how many people you have in your circles. This is about the level of engagement of your posts. How engaging are those posts? So, that's kind of what we have to focus on when we're doing social media. So, but building social media empire is kind of like goes along the same lines as building your brand, because you're really kind of working to build up who you are and your visibility in front of other people. So you have to kind of employ those same concepts that I've been saying over and over again: forging value and building trust. And there's no other important place that needs to be done than in the social sphere. Because, when it comes down to it, the internet is really about the connection of people. And, your job is really to try to do what you can to help other people, and that's how you're going to build your brand. But I wanted to take an image from a book that I wrote a couple years back called Web 3.0. It was about online marketing. I want to talk about the cycle in social media, the cycle of interaction. And I want to kind of draw some similarities with SEO to explain kind of what's going on here. In the beginning, we're attracting people. So let's look at Google first, because what we're trying to do is attract Google. When we're forging value and we're creating excellent content, we want to get Google's attention. We want Google to notice us, and we want Google to trust us. Similarly, in the social sphere, we're trying to attract people. So we have to ask ourselves, are our posts attracting people, or are they detracting people? We've all seen, those people that jump up and cheerlead their causes over and over again, and they overdo it. Kind of similar to spamming with Google. But, your goal is really to attract. And to attract, you have to put out compelling stuff. It can't just be kind of so-so stuff. Similar to doing the link bait. It has to be really, really compelling. Visually attractive. Of course, memes get attention, but, we're not talking about memes here. We're talking about your overall content that you share in social media. And second of all, you have to engage. And I think that's a really, really important thing. Now, Google looks at engagement, like we've spoken about engagement factors across many different lines. Engagement in your content, as far as, how much time are they spending on your website, the stickiness factor, what percentage are bouncing, what percentage are exiting, what else are they doing on your website, so on and so forth. How many minutes are they spending reading each page? And then, with videos, Google is looking at, are they liking it? Are they subscribing after they view it? How many minutes are they watching on average? How engaged are they? And in social media, it's similar. How engaged are people? How many people are sharing it? How many people are liking it, commenting on it, so on and so forth? That's going to show Google what the level of engagement for your business. So, when you're developing content and you're pushing stuff out there, you have to truly think about, how much engagement is this going to get? Your goal is to really get engagement. But the problem is, in the beginning, it's hard to get engagement because you might not have a big following. But if you put out compelling stuff, it is going to get engaged. And number 3, connect. Social media is all about connecting people, and the internet is all about connecting people. But what this really means is, how responsive are you? Are you just pushing stuff out and walking away? Or, when people are, commenting and saying something, are you engaging and responding to them? This is not just, about them sharing your stuff, but, this is about you connecting with them on a personal level. Don't try to put yourself up on, a big pedestal, even if you have tons and tons of fans, followers, whatever. You really want to try to connect on a personal level and, be a real person, because that's what people want. In order to build your social media empire, you have to be real. And number 4, convert. How much are you actually converting? And we didn't speak so much about conversion yet when it comes to the website, because we didn't talk about email marketing just yet, but we'll get to that soon. But in website stuff, conversion comes from your sales funnel. We can get the people to the website. Then what happens after that? Are we getting them to sign up to an email list? Are we then using that email list to promote some offers? And then are we getting sales? And then, of course, retain. In social media, it's very easy to lose fans and followers if they're put off by something that you do. So, your goal is to retain them. It's not just to attract them and to get them there. It's really to keep them there. And if they believe in you and they believe in your personal brand, then they'll stick around. So just want you guys to keep this kind of life cycle in the back of your mind when you're doing social media, you're doing anything, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, whatever. Keep this in mind and, do things from the perspective of forging value and building trust, of course, always.